Alright, so we're back, and I've been reading one of Terry's magazines, or another one of them, this article, and yeah, this is another one of Terry's magazines out of many, many magazines that Terry did or was in. I think there was something like I don't know how many magazines Terry did. I think it was 100, 200. I don't know, but it was a huge amount. All the various magazines, uh, commercials, interviews, books, and that kind of thing. So yeah, I have a couple of them. Anyway, so I was looking at this page, and there's a number of things going on here. This is the part where Terry's doing, an interview and talking about stuff. And the rest of this, like these other things you see here, the rest of this page, like Who Mourns for Morn, One Little Ship, Waltz, all the rest of this, all these other paragraphs that you're looking at, they're just like little descriptions of different and various episodes. So yeah, Terry isn't really in these. It's just like it has like who was in them. It has some of the actors or writers and stuff, and it has like a brief description or a plot of what went on or what happened in those episodes or in these episodes and stuff. So since this isn't part of the interview and stuff, I'm just going to skip over these or not read them. If you want to, I guess you could just pause and read that stuff, but yeah, I'm just gonna focus on reading the interview that Terry did. Okay, so it says here, the interesting thing is, which I like very much about the relationship with Worf and the producers have done when they write it, when Worf and Dax are working together, we can be professionals, and we can separate our home from our work. I think that's the only reason that marriage works on the show, because you don't get this feeling of here they come again, getting all smoochy and goofy for a lot of episodes. We might glance at each other, but they might not even use the shot where we've looked at each other, not necessarily in a romantic way, but in a camaraderie of, did you hear that? The relationship between Odo and Kira develops as well. I had to see the kissing scene, Terry recalls, and I went, ah, and ran down the hallway when they went cut. Nobody wanted to watch that. Huh. Okay. I know some fans are excited about that, but I'm just... Oh. Excited about that, but it's just weird for us as actors. I'm just glad I don't have to kiss... Oh. Oh, wow. I'm just glad I don't have to kiss Quark. Much as I love Armin Shimmerman, I do not want to kiss him. Okay. What does Terry think Jadzia sees in Worf? I don't know, she says bluntly. Honestly, without having to make up some kind of elaborate thing, it's just like it's there. I've gone through interviews where I've tried to intellectualize it, but simply they wanted to do it. I don't know how it makes sense for them. Just because I have a Klingon past with Curzon in my life, I don't know. It's my turn to be somewhat taken aback by her honesty and the evident relief on her face at having said what she said. Where does she see Jadzia heading towards then, if the show goes to a 7th season? Well, apparently they are picked up for a 7th, but right now I'm not signed for the 7th, so I don't know. I'm sure there will be an answer by sometime in April, because they're going to have to decide whether they're going to keep me or kill me. This is the end of my contract. For 6 years I've had it in my mind that that's it. It's lovely that they're saying, oh, we want you to stay, and there's nothing more flattering than that. It makes you feel so much better. Everyone here is saying, oh, they'll work it out, which of course is exactly what you want to hear. But ultimately I feel that I'll win either way. I've had an extraordinary experience. I've grown so much as a person, and to have the luck, the fortunate thing of getting a show and having 6 years. No matter what show it is, to work with the same people for 6 years is so rare for actors. I'm so fortunate to have had that, and I'm so grateful because I've grown up so much. If she had the opportunity to go back in time and talk to her younger self embarking on Deep Space Nine's pilot emissary, what advice would she give to herself? My self-esteem at that point, because of other stuff that had happened in my life at that point, was very low. And so I guess the only thing that I would tell myself, and I was trying to at the time, was face your fears. You can only build your self-esteem on your own. Even when you know that, it's still really hard. That's where I was at, and I was 28 years old. It's not a rare place for a 28-year-old to be, but I just feel so grateful. I'm sorry if this sounds mushy, but I'm so grateful that this is where I'm at right now at 34. God willing, when I'm 44, I'll look back at this moment and think, gosh, look how much I've grown. I cannot believe it. What ambitions does she have as an actress? It feels like the beginning again. It feels like when I left for New York when I was 17, and I didn't know what's ahead. I'm so excited about what it's going to be. You can't possibly see over the hill. I hope that what I do is something that people are going to watch and they'll enjoy it. It doesn't really matter what medium it is, as long as it's good. These are some other pictures and stuff before I go or continue. These are some pictures and stuff of Dax. I do not know what that is or where that's from. There's a picture of Commander Sisko, or maybe it's Captain. I don't remember. For that episode at least. There's another picture of the engineer, O'Brien, and that is a picture of Dax and Worf. Now these other things are like from the other page. They are little details or paragraphs about various episodes and what they're about. I'm just going to skip through them because they're not part of the Terry interview. So I'll just zoom in here real quick, and if you want to pause or go back and read this stuff about the various episodes or writers and stuff and plots, you could just go ahead and do that if you want. Alright. And I left off at I've never tried theater, so I'd love to try that. But at the moment, we've got pilot season, and it's a really heavy season for movies and television. So I think it's more throwing it up and seeing where it lands, instead of wishing too hard for something you're not meant to have. See what comes to you. So she's not totally closing her mind to the possibility of coming back for a 7th year. It's just, as of the last conversation, no, I'm not coming back. It's, if there's a conversation, then as they say, it ain't over till the fat lady sings, but the fat lady has got to get the songbook that I like to hear. I never thought I'd feel so good about doing this. I win either way. And with a smile, for the time being, at least, she walks back onto the set and resumes her lives as Jadzia Dax. Was that the... yeah. That was the end of that article. The rest of this is some other stuff. There's some Star Wars things. I thought some of the older Star Wars were pretty cool. Some of the older episodes from like the 80s and stuff. Here's some books. Here's a Deep Space Nine one called... what is this called? Oh, Favor the Bold, Sacrifice of Angels, Beyond the Final Frontier. There's also some other stuff. This is from way back, so I don't think the bookstores have, or most of them at least don't have, or sell that kind of thing. Oh, that's from Voyager, the Voyager captain. I remember seeing there was this other Voyager captain. They were auditioning or stuff for the Catherine Janeway role, and I don't remember what her name was, but it was kind of weird, you know. What the other actress that could have been Voyager's captain. But I saw one of the little videos or episodes they were making, you know, doing the testing or stuff, or auditioning, and I thought that was kind of cool. Well, this is the end of that magazine, so yeah.